Welcome back to Cookery Lessons. I'm going to make Chicken Kiev. I'm going to do 2 different styles and we're going to see which one is best. Come a bit closer and I'll run you through the ingredients.
So the ingredients for the garlic butter, I've got 1 garlic clove per chicken breast and 50 grams per chicken breast. There's quite a lot of chopped parsley there. 2 breasts of chicken. I've got seasoned flour, breadcrumbs and a couple of eggs. That's for the pane, that's for the breadcrumbing of the chicken. And coming in screen now is my pestle and mortar, which is one of the best things I have. It is amazing, a solid piece of stone. So let's make this garlic butter. 2 cloves of garlic, a little bit of salt, that's abrasive, that just helps it break down. It weighs a ton, this pestle and mortar. In with the butter, which is sort of room temperature, so it's easy to work with, and the parsley. I've used half of that parsley. What I could have done was put the garlic and the parsley in first, and it would have sort of bled the parsley a bit, and you might have had a slightly greener garlic butter, but I'm very happy with what we have. Next time. Now I want to shape this butter and chill it. I don't want to do it into a roll because I want it slightly flatter than that, because I'm going to try to get this inside the chicken breast. So you can see what I've done now. I've squashed it out a bit flat, formed a sort of rectangle. Wrap it up thoroughly, nice and tight, and get that in the fridge. You really want to do that maybe about an hour before you need it, or at least half an hour before you need it, so that it's perhaps a bit firmer than I was working with. Let's skin these breasts. Now these breasts are from officially a medium chicken, because I took them off the chicken myself, but actually they seem really large. You might want to do this with, if you're going to butcher the chicken yourself, a small chicken, or just buy chicken breasts. But anyway, what you see me doing there is removing the fillets. We'll use those later. And just any odd bits of sinew or skin. There's a bit there at the end there. Let's have that off. Now, I said I was going to do 2 different styles. This is the poke a hole in it and get the butter inside without doing too much else. What I'm doing really carefully is inserting a long, thin knife, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure I don't break through anywhere the seals of the chicken. I want it to be completely contained by the flesh. So I'm being extremely delicate, which is completely unusual for me. Anyway, just having a little rearrange. I want to make it slightly wider, so now I'm sawing a bit. This is quite technical. To make chicken Kievs are technical, get used to it. So I'm happy with that. Now for the other one. This is the other technique. What I'm going to do, I'm going to butterfly this chicken breast. There we go, that's the right way. So cut down the middle, but obviously not all the way through. Half a centimetre or so, and then along the sides. It should obviously be self-explanatory. I'll just let you watch, really. So what I've tried to do there is to try to get an even thickness piece of chicken. Now I'm going to bash it out. I'm going to use cling film for that. Presentation side down. And cling film over the top. Now for my meat mallet. If I use the spiky end, it will just wreck the cling film. So I'm just using the flat end. And it's going alright. This is really this took a long time, so I'm going to skip through a bit. This probably took at least 5 minutes of just very patiently tapping away. If you really smash it hard, you're going to create holes in the flesh. So, and also you have to make sure you're trying to make sure the hammer lands flat. At this stage, I thought, what if I use a rolling pin? And actually, it was quite good, because I was able to get a flatter area done. And then I started thinking to myself, could I roll it? And the answer is no. Stupid. It didn't work. Back to the mallet. But you can see how much bigger this chicken breast is. That's at least twice the surface area that it was before. Say so myself, I've done a pretty snazzy job at that. So the fillet, I do this with both of them. I've only shown you with one. Butterfly it. Again, being very careful not to cut all the way through. And I'm going to put that in a bit of cling film. I'm going to bash that out very thinly as well. Okay, the butter isn't quite solid yet, but I'm going to take half of it now, and the other half is going in the freezer. So the large flattened out piece of chicken. What I'm trying to do desperately is trying to make it so that it's completely contained inside breast meat, to limit the chance of it escaping out, because obviously when you do a chicken Kiev, the last thing you want when you take it out of the oven is just all the butter to be in the tray and not inside the chicken. It will still always be very, very nice, but you do want an element of, when you cut the breast open, when you cut your Kiev open, it to be some melted butter inside it. That's the delight of it. Anyway, you can see what I've done there. I folded the edges in, one of that over. In my mind, I'm thinking I've done a cracking job there. Very, very happy actually. And I just want to tightly wrap it, and I'll pop that away in the fridge for a while. So this is the other piece of butter and the other breast. This is pretty cool actually. I'm very pleased with myself because I seem to have judged the size just perfectly. Look at that. That's so cool. And I want to really try to make sure it's fully inside. You can use cocktail sticks, you can do things like that. But I thought, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to try to do this without using anything like that, and no cheating. Now here's the other piece of fillet that was flattened out. So let's just wrap it over the edge. This method, I'll admit, is a bit experimental. I've done the other method many times before. I'm pretty happy with it. I just thought, no, I'll try this one. See how it goes. We've got to get the breadcrumbs on. It's called pane. This took ages. So again, with the use of editing, I've speeded the process up. So season the flour into the egg, try to get it all over, and then into the breadcrumb. And to play safe, what I've done with both of these, I've done double crumb. So back into the egg and then back into the crumb. So now we need to fry these. I'm not going to deep fry, I'm going to what's called shallow fry. That means in a frying pan with about ½ centimetre of oil. I've used the vegetable oil. The reason why you need that much is because it's covered in breadcrumbs and it will absorb a lot of oil. It hopefully will release some of it later on, but I'm not going to pretend this is healthy. Okay, this is Chicken Kiev. It's bad for you, but it's good for your soul. So what you see me doing there is turning it round, trying to seal all the edges, and then it's going to go onto a tray, and that is the other one. You can tell the different shape. So 2 chicken breasts, Kievs done slightly differently, on a tray. 20 minutes I gave these. If they'd have been a regular sized breasts, I would have given them 15. You can see a little bit of the butter's come out, but not very much actually. I'm pretty chuffed. I'm just going to cover, let them rest for 5 minutes. Just let them rest and finish cooking, because cooking continues after they're out of the oven. So they've had their 5 minutes to rest. This is the experimental one. This is the one with the pocket that's been poked into it. Probably the easier method. Let's see how much butter comes out. Yeah, loads. Success. And the one tried and trusted method. I kind of know the answer already. This is going to be successful. As I say, there was some butter in the tray. I don't know which one was responsible for that. Maybe both. Here's me eating some, and trust me, it tasted every bit as good as it looked. So please, any questions, comments, leave them below. I will be more than happy to answer. A subscription and a thumbs up would help this channel develop even more. I really appreciate it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.